second herd of wild horses we've seen right here. And there's one colt there that you can see with a big white spot on his forehead.
Got white feet.
It's got white stockings and the buckskin over there. Also, we just passed one herd of wild horses a few moments ago. The colt is curious. Pretty. Yeah. Marilyn is talking to the donkeys.
Yeah.
And there's some. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are the donkeys.
I'm looking for a dog, Jim.
Here they come. We should have bought an apple or something. Yeah, we should have brought pieces of apples.
Yeah, well, we can cut them. Come on, donkey. I'm talking to you. I like that kind with the little cross on it.
Yeah.
On the back.
Got one's looking at us.
Come on.
Out there is where the wild donkey reserve is. It looks like somebody's out there driving. There's where it is. There's supposed to be a lot of wild donkeys out in here. There's where we live, right over there. That's Boundary Peak up there. Looks like somebody's going down the road or something there. Look back to the burros. There they are, all 6 of them. Let's see. Yeah, I got it on. Hard to tell if the camera's on or not because of the sun shining into it. Some more wild donkeys. Hey boys, girls. You look like an old fella there. That one looks a little younger. We have the old one in front. All right, there's some more donkeys. Moseying along and munching. Comes another car. Here we are at the Marietta Wild Burro Range. The range is dedicated to the protection of wild burros. Additional information about the burros and their habitat is provided at the Marietta Overlook about located 6 miles to the west. The best area to view Burros is past the old town of Marietta. The drive to the town area is approximately 20 miles and will take about 1 hour to travel. The road is usually passable in two-wheel drive vehicle. However, rain or snow may restrict access. The United States Department of the Interior. Marietta probably was named after Joaquin Marietta, I imagine, the real Zorro character. All right, there that is. We've seen quite a few wild burros already, and there's Maryland right there. Here we are in the Marietta Wild Burro Reserve, probably named after Joaquin Marietta, I imagine. There you can see that. The road is a little rough for our car, even though it's all-wheel drive. A lot of rocks on it. The wild burros were called desert canaries because they bray. And the miners brought them here in the 1840s or so. And they loved them as companions. I'm slowly spanning of this area, panning it here. They turned them loose after they didn't have any use for them, and they are part of the prairies out here now in the desert. And I always love to see them and the wild horses too. You saw a little herd of wild horses there. We've seen several actually. We'll go on up the road now. I may leave the camera on, even though it's a little bit rough road. See here, as we travel, I need to put a camera stand up on the dash like I had on my boats. My car is telling me to put my belt on. It'll start ringing in my ears if I don't, so I better do that. Okay, here we go down the road again. A little bit rocky for the tires on the car. We probably won't go all the way out today because I don't want to take a chance of getting a blowout with a tire out here where nobody else is. It looks like there have been a lot of burros in here. You can see their droppings all over. It must be getting close to Marietta Bridge or Marietta Ridge. There are some pine trees up here, some pinyon pine trees, and also juniper, it looks like. Leave this up here as we go. We'll bring the pickup back the next time. It has 10-ply tires on it, so it's not as fragile as these 6-plies or whatever they are. This road's a little better. Going down the road, it's Much better, actually. Looks like they've even graded it lately. Some of it back there was pretty rocky. You want to say hi to everybody, Marilyn?
Hi to everyone watching and looking.
And Nancy in Pennsylvania, I hope you enjoy this. A little field trip we're on today. And all the rest of you out there all over Donald Grewar in Wales. I know he likes watching our little videos. I haven't seen any more wild burros out here. Hopefully we will before too long.
This is August the 3rd, 2021.
August the 3rd. Well, we will be there where the big viewing is pretty soon. Looks like the road just about washed out there. We've had some pretty strong rains a time or two here in the last few weeks. I think we ought to be getting to Marietta Ridge pretty soon. And we got a real washboardy road here. That's not fun. This side just seems to not be quite so much of a washboard as the other. It's 20 miles south to the old town of Marietta here, probably, which was a mining town, I imagine, at one time. But we're not going to go that far on this road. I might not have any tires left by the time I get through. We'll go up here a little way and turn around. There are other little places on this tour. At least we know what we need to bring the next time. This must be Marietta Ridge up here someplace. Oh, you can see the donkey trails all over. There's donkey trails all out in through here. You can see their little trails. I don't see any donkeys yet, but I'm sure we will.
There they are along the trails.
Yes. This is supposed to be a good place to view the donkeys. You can see where all our trails are, that's for sure. And the road is really beat up here with donkey footprints, that's for sure. Over there is the old town of Marietta, way out there.
Where's that?
The town of Marietta over there.
Oh.
Way over there. Looks like the road has really, there's some water coming down this road here lately. This must be Marietta Ridge. The water has really run down the road hard here from the looks of it. Go down here and looking around. sandy areas here.
That's quite a mountain over here.
Yeah, that's a pretty mountain over there. We'll turn around down here, go back the other way, and we'll take some pictures. Some of the old Candelaria and Belleville, etc. Anyway, this whole area is preserved for the wild donkeys, so they have a home. And it may not look like much out here, but these tumbleweeds are very, very, not tumbleweeds, but the sagebrush out here is very, very good food, very, very nutritious. And some of the wild Indian tea. Up there, that mountain there. Those rocks look a lot like the rocks at Alabama Hills, which we will go do that also. We do have some of Alabama Hills on. Looking out in this direction. We'll shut this off for now. We're stopping now on our wild burro and mining expedition here. We're looking at the old Belleville mine here, with a town here in the 1800s, and that's when they brought all these burros in at that time. You can see the old foundations up there, and I'll let you look at this sign for a few moments. Founded in 1873, Belleville flourished by milling the ore from the Northern Bell mine at Candelaria. The mill, located just east of here, made its first bullion bar shipment of $9,200 in April 1875, and gold was not very much at that time, about $16 an ounce or so. Belleville was famous for murders, drunken brawls, sporting, and practical jokes. It was also the terminus and work camp of the Carson and Colorado Railroad that reached the town in 1882. At that time, Belleville's population peaked at about 500 and included an assay office, an express office, a telegraph station, a livery stable, a schoolhouse, 2 hotels, several restaurants, and a blacksmith shops and 7 saloons. By the 1880s, the pipes delivered water to Candelaria and allowed local mills to begin operation, reducing the need for shipping costs. Belleville could not survive the competition and was deserted in 1892. This was a great town of Belleville right here. Not much left of it now. You can see that's Candelaria mine there. I used to deliver products to the Candelaria mine back in the 1980s. That seemed like a long time ago, 40 years ago. All right, here we are. We're on our wild burro and gold mine expedition today. Back over that way is Hawthorne, Nevada, where the big munitions, the largest munitions depot in the world is. You can see where the old roads went back in there. And we'll see a few wild burros out here also still. More wild burros. See if I can zoom them in a little bit. Maybe, maybe not. Usually when you zoom the thing in, you can't see anything. There they are a little bit. They're not very far away, actually. There's a young donkey. He seems interested in company. Watching all the trucks go by, which there are a lot of them. Next to the road, there's green grass, as you can see down there. But the donkeys, now the wild horses will get close to the road. The donkeys, they stay further away because they know it's not safe out here. There they are. Munching as they go. The problem out here is to get water. That's the most precious thing in this country is water. I hope you can see those out there a little bit, maybe. There's several of them out there. One almost white. And a buckskin looking one. In this group, 5 in the group, I guess. This way toward Boundary Peak. It's Boundary Peak up there. That's looking out there toward Marietta. Those green area out there is where Marietta is. We were over there. We did not drop down in there because the road is pretty rough with rocks. It's a good road, but my tires might give out going over ground like this. One old fellow looks like he might be interested in some company. One young one in that group. This is Candelaria back in there, the mine where I used to deliver products and supplies years ago in the 1980s. And there are some of the little burros that were left here by the miners, descendants of them anyway, let's put it that way. One pretty buckskin one out there with a bald face. A lot of traffic here on Highway 360. Should have brought a bunch of apples for them. They probably would have liked that. Looking back down here to the car, toward over there to the Wild Burro Reserve and Marietta. Like I said, probably named after Joaquin Marietta, the real Zorro character. On our farm down there, Zorro actually rested his horses there and had a lean-to out in the front. I'll see if I can get these guys to come over here for an apple, maybe. I don't know. Here we go again. I'm going to get the apple out and sow the apple and see if they'll come after it. More trucks coming.
Might as well get a half a sandwich out too, because I'm hungry.
Let's see if I can find some of this stuff. you go. Looking at the burrows out there. Oh, there's an apple in the bottom of it. Let's see if they know what an apple is. Lots of traffic. Interest them in an apple. Pretty smart creatures. Run into a rattlesnake. There's a car down there. Lots of rock. I'll go up here where I threw the apple. Get a little closer to them. Some of these old boys used to be pretty mean in the old days. That one's really pretty, almost white. Now I'm back down here to the road. I think they're going to come and get the apple. Those two there look like mother and son or something. Standing there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6. 6 here. I'm going to walk back down here, looking down on Marietta, that ancient community over there. Got a good apple out there, guys. Well, I'll give up on that project. Here's some wild horses here. There's a little colt over there. Very young colt. There's a stallion in the back. The colt looks like he's going to look like his daddy. Sometimes the stallions will kill a colt if it's not his. Zoom them in there just a little bit. That's a nice looking stallion there.
Is that the stallion in the back?
Yeah, it's a stallion in the back.
Looking, taking care of his family, huh?
Yeah, he's going to guard anything. Guard them from anything.
Huh?
He'll guard them from anything. Just wondering he hadn't charged over here.
Look at that little one.
Yeah, he's cute. This camera doesn't bring them in. They're only about 100 yards away, if that far. There's real wild horses in the real wild. That stallion is beautiful. All right, see if we can see some more. Here we are now at an ancient petroglyph site, which on some of the still photographs I've done, but I don't remember doing this on video. There are the ancient petroglyphs, if you can see them. The petroglyphs at one time went all the way over to there. From there, all the way over to there, just above this sign. And I was instrumental in getting these protected to some extent. They have taken away so many. They were doing it quite a bit in the last several 8, 10, 12 years. Finally they started signing these. And here is what it says. Site etiquette. Petroglyphs incised, pecked, or scratched images and pictographs painted preserve the ideas and beliefs of the earlier inhabitants. Sadly, many rock art sites are now being damaged by the impacts of modern visitation. You can help protect rock art sites. Treat these sites with respect, and they are irreplaceable part of our cultural heritage. Enjoy the images only by viewing, sketching, or photographing. Please do not touch rock art. Never chalk, trace, or apply anything, even water, to rock art. These activities make it difficult to date the rock art. Never make rubbings, castings of such practices can permanently damage the images. Avoid climbing or leaning on rock art. Rock surfaces are often very fragile. Never build fires in or near sites. Soot and charcoal can damage rock art. Leave artifacts in place. It is illegal to remove them. Report looting or vandalism to the Bureau of Land Management, ranger, or other local authority. Volunteer your time and talents to preserve our past. For information, contact your local BLM office or the Nevada Archaeological Association. So here we are. I wanted to read that to you. There's some of the beautiful rock art there. That is all gone. From here all the way over to there, the rock art is gone. There are pictures I have of it as it once was. And that is our place down over there, about 10 or 12 miles from here. There's White Mountain and Boundary and Montgomery Peak. And there's Marilyn in the car. Marilyn can no longer get out and enjoy this very much, but she loves being here. If she was able, she'd be climbing all over these hills. Yes, I got a picture of the petroglyphs.
Over there?
Yes, I did.
You did?
All over there, yes. There we go. At one time, a long time ago, on top of these ridges were mannequins. They were dressed like Indians, and they would drive the antelope down through here, and they would ambush them from these hunting blinds, and the mannequins on above, they were decoys to drive them down here because they thought the Indians were on top. Anyway, that's a little more history of this area here. Thank you for viewing. This is kind of a unique, this is a set of gang boxes here from the mailboxes. But there's one here, a saddle. It's got Pony Express there. It's got Phillips down there. A pretty good saddle, actually. And outgoing mail. Anyway, that's they need to do a little repair on it. Put a whole lot of linseed oil on it. Go to the other side. Marilyn said be sure and do both sides of it. Anyway, that was a good saddle at one time. Some good swells on it too, but anyway, there it is. If I can see it right. Pony Express, bills, and outgoing mail.